2/3 of Australia's 3 million rental homes are freestanding homes with enough roof space to host an estimated 12 gigawatts of solar. That's a hell of a lot of power. That's almost half of the 28 gigawatts of rooftop solar currently installed on homes across Australia. As a world leader in rooftop solar and batteries, it's time we unlocked solar for renters too. Because 1/3 of Australians rent and 1 in 10 live in apartments, and they have been largely locked out of rooftop solar. How do we fix this? So one of the main barriers to solar on rentals is what economists call the split incentive problem. The landlord owns the property and pays for upgrades like solar panels or insulation or efficient appliances, but the tenant receives the benefits. They receive the savings through the lower energy bills. So the investment and the benefit are split between two different people. So that raises an important policy question. How do we motivate landlords to install clean energy and efficiency upgrades? So we did a Polis conversation. It's an interactive generative AI software invented in Taiwan, a deliberative democracy tool basically to find consensus around policy solutions. More than 700 people participated, and that included about 1/4 of that audience were renters, 1/3 were landlords, and the rest wider members of the public. The encouraging news is that we found strong agreement across renters, landlords, and the wider public on several practical solutions. They strongly support governments working together to deliver solar access for renters, and that's all levels of government, local, state, and federal. They strongly support minimum energy efficiency standards for rental homes. They strongly support incentives for landlords to install solar and efficiency upgrades. And they also strongly support exploring new models like Urban Renewable Energy Zones, which can help apartment residents access shared clean energy. Overall, the Polis results showed that Australians support a practical carrot and stick solution. The number one consensus from the Polis conversations we did between landlords, renters, and the general public was that we could give accelerated depreciation to landlords for them to be able to have an incentive to install solar on rooftops, as well as more energy efficient appliances. So a tax incentive for landlords to get rental solar or energy efficient appliances would work like this. Instead of having to get a tax incentive over 20 years, that tax incentive would be brought forward to be just in the first 5 years of that investment. So that means there's more money going back into the pockets of the landlords in the first 5 years rather than over a 20-year period. So that makes the finances better for people in the short term, incentivize landlords to make that investment on behalf of their renters. And then down the road, we need a stick approach. So we need minimum energy efficiency standards to be rolled out at the state level as soon as possible to really drive the landlords to take up that carrot. So it's a carrot and stick approach.